Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're tackling a topic that's literally at the heart of education, student success. Remember that anxiety of waiting for a single piece of paper at the end of the term? Holding your breath for just a list of static numbers? Well, thankfully those days are fading fast. We're going to uncover how modern educational tools, specifically platforms like Skolera, are totally transforming that dry reporting into incredibly dynamic, actionable insights that truly support students.
They say that behind every grade a student receives lies a story worth understanding. It's kind of the perfect iceberg analogy, right? When you look at a letter grade, you're really only seeing the tip that's visible above the water. But beneath the surface, that's where the real stuff happens. That's where you find the students' daily habits, their struggles, and their progress. If educators can just look a little deeper into that story, they can actually catch academic setbacks early and turn them into amazing opportunities for growth.
So here's our roadmap for today. First, the story behind grades. Then, inside the performance report. Third, driving data-based education. Fourth, smarter school leadership decisions. And finally, automating with Skolera MMS. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The story behind grades.
So, at its foundation, a student performance report is an educational document compiling academic and behavioral data over a specific period to assess achievement and accurately track educational progress. Now, I want you to notice the inclusion of behavioral data right there. Gaining true insight isn't achieved through just crunching numbers. It's not just about a math score. It's about getting a comprehensive, multi-dimensional picture of a student's life inside the educational environment.
Section 2. Inside the performance report. A truly holistic report relies on 5 crucial building blocks: the academic overview, exam results, attendance and participation, behavioral insights, and teacher feedback. Combined, these elements give teachers, parents, and administrators a complete 360-degree overview of a student's year. Let's break these down real quick, one by one. First up is the academic overview. You can think of this as the wide-angle lens. It's a general summary showing achievement levels in various subjects and the overall progress made during the academic year. This is absolutely vital because it quickly highlights a student's core strengths and pinpoints broad areas for improvement. Basically, it sets the stage for a deeper dive. Next, we zoom in a bit closer to the assessment and exam results. This section displays diverse test results to measure a student's understanding and, crucially, their ability to actually apply the knowledge they've acquired. These results act as concrete, measurable checkpoints along the educational journey. They basically tell us if the concepts taught in the classroom are truly taking root.
Then, we have attendance and participation, which focuses on attendance rates and how actively a student engages in the classroom. And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates a fundamental truth in education. You just cannot succeed if you aren't present and engaged. This data point helps educators gauge a student's commitment to the educational process, proving for sure that daily classroom engagement directly impacts overall academic performance.
Moving right along to behavioral insights. This addresses classroom discipline, interactions with teachers and peers, and teamwork skills. Honestly, this is where the story truly comes to life. Behavioral context completes the whole narrative, proving the student is way more than just a test score. I mean, think about it. A sudden drop in grades might actually be rooted in a recent behavioral shift or a struggle to click with peers. Without this metric, you're literally missing half the story. Finally, the vital capstone, teacher feedback. This includes professional observations and recommendations. And what makes this so incredibly powerful is that it transforms all that past data into a forward-looking improvement plan. It's basically the teacher taking all those previous metrics we just looked at and saying, all right, here is the customized path forward for this student's continuous academic development.
Section 3. Driving data-based education. Consider the massive shift from relying on subjective, day-to-day general observations to utilizing actual, measurable performance data. Modern reports allow educators to finally step away from, well-meaning guesswork and build their teaching strategies based on concrete, accurate insights. This fundamentally improves how academic planning is handled in the classroom.
Armed with actual performance data, the benefits are practically immediate. It identifies weaknesses for early intervention, which means educators can track performance trends across terms and step in with support long before a minor challenge escalates into a major academic failure. Plus, it monitors the effectiveness of the educational programs themselves. Ultimately, it fosters a school-wide culture of continuous improvement based on clear, measurable indicators.
It's a real game changer.
Section 4. Smarter School Leadership Decisions.
Now, at the macro level, data directly drives leadership strategy. When administrators have accurate insights, like analyzing recurring challenges, evaluating program effectiveness, or identifying areas of need, they can take immediate, targeted action. This translates into confident long-term strategic planning, preparing comparative grade reports to measure overall performance, and optimizing resource allocation across the entire institution. It totally empowers school leaders to make smarter, high-level decisions regarding where to direct funding, curriculum focus, and administrative support.
Section 5. Automating with Skolera LMS.
Okay, gathering all this multi-dimensional data sounds absolutely fantastic, right? Well, until you realize just how much paperwork it creates. And that's exactly where a learning management system like Skolera steps in. It features a highly user-friendly interface, available in Arabic, English, and French, but the real magic here is the automation. It handles attendance automatically. It'll even notify parents of unexcused absences. It streamlines lesson planning, handles electronic assignment and test creation, and even does the grading for you. Plus, it has a dedicated module for instant behavior assessment. It essentially takes all the heavy lifting off the teacher's desk so they can get back to what they actually love doing: teaching.
So, this brings us to a rather climactic question. Can performance reports truly help identify learning gaps? After everything we've unpacked today, I think we kind of know the answer, but let's spell it out just to be sure.
The answer is an enthusiastic yes. By holistically reviewing test scores, homework, attendance, and behavior all in one place, schools are empowered to identify weaknesses early and develop highly personalized support plans. It completely transforms the educational journey. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative thought. If behind every grade lies a story worth understanding, what chapters of your students' stories are currently going unread just because you lack the tools to see them? And how could integrating a system like Skolera redefine success in your own educational institution? Thank you so much for exploring this topic with me today, and keep learning.